16th, 2019, 4:40 p.m. in the afternoon. This is episode 445. Funny thing is, you're going to see me draw the rough for this, and I pretty much erase all of it because I didn't like it. And I don't think I show you me drawing the next rough. But after that, you see me draw the cartoon, and then you watch me color it for an entire hour. No, don't worry, this time condensed. Time-lapse, so it's like 6.5 minutes of coloring, but it was over an hour. There's some things I can be sentimental about, and other things not so much. It's the same way with people. Sometimes when someone's out of your life, you're like, oh, that's too bad. And other times you're like, yeah, whatever. And I'm not religious at all, but I can appreciate the significance of Notre Dame. And, but I can also, appreciate architecture, and the history. So, but I can, mostly appreciate what it means to people, how it touches them. Even if it doesn't really touch me that much. But I knew that there were going to be a lot of sweet cartoons about this. Sweet, sappy, and sentimental. And, no, why? Oh, it's so sad. And it is sad, but I didn't want to do that with a cartoon. I knew there was going to be 1,000 gargoyle cartoons. Okay, not 1,000, but like 25. And I wanted to tweet out yesterday, like, fellow cartoonists, at this very moment, Gary Varvel and Michael Ramirez are drawing crying gargoyles. Which would mean don't do it, because it's the most obvious thing in the world. And that said, I thought this was pretty obvious, too. I was like, somebody else is going to do a rake, right? Push Trump. Donald Trump, being the international embarrassment that he is, tweeted out advice about flying water tankers. I'm just really surprised that he didn't suggest invisible flying water tankers. I put that on my blog because I liked it. Just I repeated it here because I like it. Because he's just an idiot. Which is really, really stupid. And as soon as the French heard Donald Trump has some advice, they rejected it at that point. Because this is the same guy that said California could prevent their wildfires if they just went out and raked their forest. Because that's what Finland does, which made the Finns create memes like crazy, making fun of Donald Trump. Because they don't go out raking their forest or vacuuming it or anything like that. So, anyway, yeah, huge international embarrassment. Dumbass. I was watching Pete Buttigieg the other day. Let's see how well I'm doing with the name. And I thought, damn, I really miss us having someone intelligent to talk to. And he was using all sorts of words that I thought Republicans are going to have to look up. Like, wow, he's a really, really smart guy talking. This might hurt him more than the gay thing. I just woke up with a cold. And then the next day, I hear Donald Trump, and he was at an event talking about the fire, and he said that they say the fire started from renovation. Renovation, what's that all about? The guy's in real estate and building crap, and he doesn't know what renovation's about? Oh, God. Sometimes the stupid hurts. It's just so stupid. It's painful. And yeah, I looked that up. The few, yeah. Alright, I'm going to do some shout-outs now. Time for shout-outs. The last cartoon. What did I do with the last cartoon? What was the last cartoon? Oh, yeah, the Department of Conspiracies. If I like that cartoon, and the funny thing is, I don't know for a few days. If that's liking this cartoon is getting lots of shares. I had over 150 shares within the first hour on Facebook alone. So that was pretty cool. Alright. Robert Coutinho, let's talk about taxes again. Guys, stop talking about taxes, okay? Stop it. The taxes, I filed them. They're done. Please, just keep going on about it. They're talking about how I need to pay quarterly because I'm a freelancer. That depends on how much you make. You don't necessarily have to do that. But whenever you pay quarterly as a freelancer, you have to guess how much you're going to pay in taxes. Or you have to be really, 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 and you have to be really, really accurate with your guess. Oh my god. And I can tell you, as a freelancer, that's almost impossible to do. Because, like right now, say the CNN thing I have. What if I guess I'm going to have that for the next quarter, you know? And then I don't. But I already paid it. Yeah, I could overpay. But then what if something new comes up? And then I underpaid that. So I don't really worry about it. I just pay at the end of the year, supposedly. So, anyway. Tax. And Robert Coutinho pointed out that my last cartoon, with all the Trump conspiracies, didn't point out half of the stuff that Trump has suggested that is true. And then TJ Thoreau comes in here and tells Mr. Coutinho to get over Trump already, move on. Sheesh. Really? You coming in here to comment on a cartoon, on a political cartoon about the President of the United States, telling somebody to get over him, while you're here commenting on it? Oh, you just don't get the irony, do you? You know, we don't. No. Then TJ goes in there, he's barking, bark. Man, you're right, way too long. Yeah, I'm reading his thing. See, TJ's going through all sorts of bullshit just reading here. He's talking about the New Jersey Muslims in 9/11. That's the Donald Trump lie, something that he made up that has never been verified, and he never backed away from it. And he throws all sorts of other stuff, you know. And then he says the previous administration was as corrupt as could be. It's not as corrupt as the Trump administration. Actually, Obama administration was not corrupt. How many people in the Obama administration was indicted with anything to do while working in the Obama administration? 0, TJ. 0. Let me say that again. 0. Within the first year, how many people from Donald Trump's administration and campaign were indicted? I've lost count. Donald Trump is corrupt. He's making money off the government. He's lying about it. He's put his daughter and son-in-law in the White House. Do I have to say that again? All right. He says they created the largest surveillance system to spy on all of us. No, they did not. That was the Bush administration. Buddy. And no, they were not spying on the Trump campaign. You have nothing to go on that they were spying on the Trump campaign other than wanting to believe it. I want to believe that because it really supports my confirmation bias. Yeah, TJ. I thought you weren't coming back anymore. Yeah. Yeah, use the IRS as an attack dog. But meanwhile, Trump's using the Justice Department as an attack dog. Oh, man. So one's okay, but one's not. The other's not. Yeah, all right. Arrow says, now we're talking about the cat again. Glad everyone's pulling together to care for the cat, but who brought the cat into the house? Is that person's responsibility? Yeah, that was Dallas. Also, for some weird reason, because they're weird cats like being ignored. No, this one does not. He does not. He is a needy little shit. But here's the thing. I never, ever call the cat. I don't look for the cat. I don't really do nothing like that. But the cat's always looking for me. The guy that did love the cat the most, well, we want things to be easier for him. That's why we offered it to him. And, to let him take it. But, I don't know. We figured he was having a really, really hard time, and that just made it harder for him. But, nope, he loved it. And so, cat's here. But everybody's taking on a different responsibility for him. And apparently, for me, part of it is the litter box. And I cleaned that thing yesterday. Because that's the first time somebody told me about it. And it was like a WMD, which makes me think between the Notre Dame fire, I said Notre Dame, Notre Dame fire, Donald Trump being president, and this litter box, there is not a God. No way. No way. Oh, boy. And I can't really like the cartoon, so the 14 investigators. I gave you an easy one to count there, didn't I? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I said uh-oh because my screen started to go dark. I hadn't touched the touchpad in a while. I gotta reset that to like 20 minutes. I drew the rake about 15 times. I just did not like the rake at all, but now I like it. Now it looks cool. Finally. There's one thing about the building that bothers me in the drawing. And that is just the bottom part of it. I wish I put a little more architecture into that part. Architecture. So, that would have been cool. I was trying to decide, how much gray and this and that to put in everything. I kind of like the dark bluish gray that I finally landed on with the firefighters. And after I was covering the firefighters' faces, I realized they would be wearing gloves. They wouldn't be bare-fisting this. So there we go. It is done. There's my cathedral. I really didn't know how I was going to draw this one, but I dig it. Now I like it for the most part. Thank you for coming by. Leave a comment. If you're TJ, leave a stupid comment. Stupid lion comment. The rest of you, thank you. Just leave the comments like you normally do. And you'll get your shout out if you leave a comment. If you're brand new watching this stuff, say something. Say hello. I want to say hi back. Hi back. I've tried to say that properly. Click the red button and subscribe. We'll see you on Wednesday. Goodbye.